All right, and so I'm shooting a video series where I'm going slide by slide through my fundraising deck, explaining how and why we're raising $1 million for the acquisition network and why you want to be the investor or shareholder that takes advantage of human history, changing human history, and getting in now before I have to go to all the Silicon Valley investors. And so the next slide that I'm going on is the competitive landscape. And so we did what's known as the 4 quadrants, where we show what it is the acquisition network's doing and what the rest of the market's doing and why there's a massive opportunity by investing in our company now. So if you look at the quadrants, there's 4 of them, right? Obviously. So in the top left, you see marketplaces. There's plenty of marketplaces where there's websites where deals are posted for sale, but the problem with these sites and the reason why they don't close nearly as many transactions as they should is because they force buyers to go through red tape to get the information that they're looking for, which causes a lot of friction in the buying process. So if you go to any of these major marketplace sites, you as the buyer, you have to put your name, number, and email in for each individual listing. You got to call the broker. Then you have to review the financials on your own. You've got to evaluate if this is a good deal or not. And it's just a manual process of just like putting in information, reviewing financials, putting in information, reviewing, right? And it just takes too much work. And this is why 96% of people just end up giving up, because they just genuinely don't know which deal to pick, because they get lost in the needle haystack process of going through all the work of collecting the information that they're looking for. Okay? And so there's the marketplaces that post the deal that are inherently flawed, because all they do is connect the buyers to brokers that are just in it for the commission, but that aren't actually they don't have a vested interest in helping the buyer complete the transaction and succeed on the other end. And so to aid these buyers with their experience with these flawed marketplaces, there's education. So there's many mergers and acquisitions gurus that provide education on how to become successful in the space. They explain what it is they did to succeed with these flawed marketplaces. They may provide some of their investors, some of their training systems and processes, but they don't provide a team. They don't give the actual system, like the actual, whatever it is the guru use to get to the level, they don't provide that to the students. They just teach them, hey, this is how you use the marketplace sites and get the data, but we don't give you the team, we don't give you the financing and the operations to complete the transaction. And so that's why 96% of the people in this lower left quadrant that are trying to buy a business, they bought a course, can never get a deal done because they don't have the team. So they have a little bit more information on what to look for when going to these flawed marketplaces, but they're still stuck doing the manual process of going through the site, and they end up still failing because they've now bought a course, they spent money on something that didn't give them everything that they needed to complete the transaction on these flawed marketplaces. Next is automation. So there's only a few companies that are offering services to help these people that are learning how to use these marketplace sites more effectively, but they don't complete the entire process. Okay, so there's a few like AI marketing companies that help aggregate data on these marketplace sites, but they don't provide the team to complete the transaction, right? So there's the marketplace, there's the education, and there's a few marketing tools to collect the data more effectively, but us right in the top right quadrant, we're the only one that has the marketplace to post the deals, the education to learn how to complete the transaction, marketing tools to aggregate the data more effectively, but a team and service to complete the transaction all on behalf of the client. There is no company that has the marketplace, the education, and the deal sourcing AI and team all in one. And so that's why we created the acquisition network, because we took a look at the market and we saw a massive gap, because there's plenty of places to find the deals, plenty of places to learn, and a few tools, but there's nothing that brings everything together all under one umbrella. And that's why we built this product, where it's a social network where we're able to post the deals. There's education and training, there's financing support, but there's also operations and marketing support to help our students complete and successfully grow the companies after they finish the transaction. So I'm doing a video series where I'm going slide by slide through our fundraising deck, explaining how we plan to raise $1 million for the acquisition network so that we complete our deal sourcing AI and take the product to the next level. If you're interested in learning more and investing into the acquisition network, I'll see you on the next one.